Happy New Year, Aries. Welcome to 2023. We're going to be doing your reading for the entire year, month by month. I'll have it time-stamped below so you can skip around and you can download this, keep it on your YouTube site, check back on it, starting with January, of course, because that's how months work. And you're going to see me first draw a card out for each month, and then we're going to unpack each month with a new deck. If this resonates, of course, hit the like button, let me know, collaborate with my energy to claim it. You know, we don't quite understand energy, but it's everywhere. And we're always collaborating with each other. So if you like this reading and you want to claim it, say hello or hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right. And maybe you can help me with something. I'm trying something. I'm really working on something with my readings. It's just getting straight to the damn point. It's really, sometimes my head fills with metaphors. I write a lot of music and the songwriter comes out in me when I'm doing readings. And sometimes when I'm listening to a reading, I just want somebody to get to the damn point. So I'd like to be one of the readers that I enjoy. So I know who's going to be more honest with me than an Aries. All right, you guys, starting with January, all your cards have been prayed over, good blessings put into them. January, making sure they're right up. Great. So if they flip upside down while they're flying out, we take them that way. And we only take the cards that decide to come out on their own. Starting with the Fool. This is a brand new journey, okay? So January starts, it's very appropriate. January is starting a brand new journey for you. We'll unpack that soon. February. The Death card. Wow. Major, the very end of a chapter. So oh, that's fascinating. So you're starting something brand new in January. You'll have a lot of firsts in an area. And then in February, you are fully letting something die. That's got an interesting energy to it. Okay. March for our Aries. All right, we're going to be taking that one upright. 7 of Pentacles. April, birthday month. Queen of Swords. Awesome. May. We got our Moon card. June. In reverse, we have 3 of Pentacles. That's our first reversal. July. These are flying out easily for you today. Strength. Awesome. August. September for our Aries. October for our Aries. If you ever feel like geeking out, put that shuffle in slow motion. I've got a video on here with my shuffling on slow motion because I've always been curious what it would look like when these cards fly out on their own, because it's kind of strange to me as well. And it's really interesting. I mean, it's weird. I've watched it over and over and over again because it happens so fast in real life. I don't really know what's going on, but slow it up. There's some entertainment there to be had. So October, November for my sweet Aries. The King of Rods. So, and in October, sorry, I interrupted myself. We have the Empress, which is a badass card. November is King of Rods. And finally, December, what is our ruling card for Aries is Knight of Pentacles. Exciting. There's a lot of energy in this reading. 2023 is going to be a big year. I'm not going to beat around the bush with that. And it looks like a really cool year. It looks like you're going to be definitely closing up a chapter or a few chapters here and starting a brand new one right in January. So let's start with that. So the Fool card for January. What is this Fool in January for our Aries? Okay. So money's a main motivator in starting this new journey. A lot of you guys are starting new businesses, being your own boss. And keep in mind, when you start a new business, oftentimes you're in the red for up to 2 years. So be kind to yourselves. You're holding on to your pennies, probably saving. And of course, being that we just went through the holidays, you might feel like, you know, your savings or your bank account's a little lower than you'd like. So that's where we have our Four of Pentacles. You're keeping in that energy, keeping in that money, and you're focused on your leadership. You're focused on your confidence with the Emperor card and taking control of your life in a brand new way in January. I love the Emperor card. It's also ruled by Aries. So you are fully embracing your own energy, steering straight ahead. And I don't think you're getting you're not going to let this knock you off balance too much. With the King of Pentacles upside down, I feel like you are making moves in your life with money and control over your money and making it, investments and all that as a main motivator. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys are learning more about money and investing and all that, just because, and I feel that that's kind of futurist for this month. I feel that you have gotten to a place of disappointment with money. And so as a result, you're like, screw this. I'm going to become a master of my money. I'm going to become a master at investing and understanding how it works. So with the Fool card, this brand new, I said January is going to be full of firsts. It's with a really positive light that I say that. There's a determination behind this, and it's exciting. Anything else on January for my Aries? Anything else? Yeah. It's going to open up some opportunities. It's going to open up some offers coming through your door. Not all that glitters is gold. You'll notice in the Seven of Cups, it's exciting because it seems right at the first glance, it seems like, wow, I have all these options. When you look closer, there is serpents in some of these cups, whereas there's gold in others. So you just want to be discerning, basically. But I will say right off the bat that you're doing something right if Seven of Cups is appearing, because it means that your imagination, your mind is opening up, and the universe is responding. So you are in active manifestation mode, okay? Beware of being kind of in your daydreams too much. I don't think as an Aries you have that much to worry about there, but that also means don't be too into your daydreams. All right, so we're gonna move on to February. I'm gonna put these back in the deck and do another shuffle. All right, so we have the Death card. This is the closing of a chapter, and Death card is actually one of my favorite cards in the deck, and it's because it's not usually literal death, but it does mean that there's a natural ending to a major chapter in your life. So this means that oftentimes people kind of naturally move out of the picture to let new ones in. So new relationships come in next, and new opportunities come in. But with the death, that's a big life change, okay? And that has probably something to do with what's going on in January. You're letting something go in February. Let's find out some more about it. This one's flying out in a weird way. Awesome. There's an offer here. Knight of Cups. All the knights are messengers. So we've got Knight of Cups out. Ooh. Okay, we've got a couple people here. We've got two messengers. We've got two cups upside down. And okay, so this looks like the death of a partnership of some sort. There could have been all sorts of storylines around this, like the lack of reciprocity, something going on where you just had to follow your intuition. Let's see here. Two of Cups. Where are we getting Two of Cups? Yeah, so I feel like this partnership was not a good deal for you. I think you were losing money. And if not losing money, somebody's been left out of the picture here. Five of Pentacles in a money reading is like the lack of. Five of Pentacles in a relationship meeting is the lack of. So you kind of get the idea. It's kind of feeling a depletion, feeling a lack of something. And I feel that either you're shutting them out or they're shutting you out. But either way, it's just not been rewarding. Anything on the Knight of Cups? Okay, we've got the healing card of the Six of Swords. And who's this individual? The Knight of Swords. This is impulsive, fast, quick moving. All right, so there's one person who's a little bit more sensitive. They've been hurt in this situation, by this situation, and they're just focused on kind of getting back up on their feet. And then we've got the Knight of Swords, which is impulsive, quick moving energy. And I think they were impulsive with their words in particular, because to clarify, the Knight of Swords is the Queen of Swords. So this person could have been harsh. They could have been to the point. They could have been non-emotional, and yeah. And so either way, that's what's going on in February, according to Tarot, is that you're saying goodbye to a partnership that was not good for you. And you're healing and you're following your intuition. Now, when High Priestess card comes out, it's talking about grabbing onto a deeper wisdom, grabbing onto a strength. And I don't think that there's going to be much resistance for you in February. I don't think it's going to be too heartbreaking. You might be surprised by how easily you just let things go and focus on yourself and your future. Okay. So speaking of which, we've got March. So we've got Seven of Pentacles in March, and that's really the process of stepping back, looking at your work, what you've created so far from January and beyond, and deciding, okay, how am I doing? Do I need to change things up? How exhausted am I? And do I want to keep on going? You know, anything else on March? Yeah. Anything else on March for my Aries? Okay. We've got Five of Wands. We've got 10 of Wands. We've got the Devil in reverse, and we've got the Seven of Swords. Wow, what an interesting energy. You know, this gesture, like my work's all done, kind of feels like that. So I think there's some reflection going on in March, and I think you've made strides to eradicate a behavioral pattern that you've been stuck in, and stuck in with others as well, because it takes two, right? And it's a conflict there. So basically you are stepping out and putting away, putting down this bundle of sticks that has been exhausting you, and saying goodbye to this chapter of conflict. And you're getting out of this bad cycle of conflict with an individual or with an entity. And you're kind of coming out of this place of deception. At one point, I think there was some deception. And that's either you pulling the wool over your eyes or somebody else trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Either way, you're kind of, you're wiping your hands of it, and you're fully like stepping out of it. And the way you're doing that is by the work you're doing. Something to do with the Fool card here in January. Something to do with what you have started to apply yourself in is helping you in other areas of your life. It's helping you in this place of conflict, whether it's with, again, an entity or with a person. And it's helping you get out of this cycle, this stuck behavior cycle, this stuck situation with them. Where there was a little deception going on or denial. There could have even been, according to this January, February, I have to think through the months. In February, this death with this partnership, it could have had something to do with them and some deception that was going on. But either way, it's like you're living clean. It feels clean. I would say that's a really good reading for March. And Pisces season, and you know, I know that Aries have some March birthdays too, but you know, Pisces season is such a time of depth and honesty too. So I have no doubt that, like, if you need to confront something in your life, you'll do so with sensitivity and diplomacy. And I feel like you just set down this burden, this big burden, and you're kind of tightening the way you operate in the world. Queen of Swords rules over April. This is your birthday month. And Queen of Swords is a no bullshit queen. She is not emotional. She can be cutting sometimes with her words, and she can cut people out as well. So you're going to be very aware of boundaries. This can also be contracts. This can rule over the world of legality stuff. So let's get a little bit more for our Aries in April. For our Aries, thank you. Right on. You're going to be getting messages or possibly travel in April. And awesome. You're coming out of a harsh ending. So April, there could be some communications exchange, some boundaries drawn and everything. But it's a really big month for communication. Four of Pentacles. Tell me more about this for Aries. Four of Pentacles. I'm just going to consider that the general meaning of the Knight of Swords here. Yeah. Interesting. I think you're going to be aware of your impulse, and you're going to, something is going to trigger you to say something that at another time in your life you would have said, and you're, instead of impulsively saying something in April or reacting in a certain way, you actually are going to go within and meditate on it, or just keep your words to yourself. And there's going to be a good reason to that, for that. Now, you might be overthinking about something. What is this Nine of Swords? What are we overthinking about? Okay, so you might feel a little bit stuck, and that's why the Queen of Swords is coming out to help you. So April is about communication, when and why to communicate, and using your words to get you clear, get your boundaries clear. What is this Eight of Wands? Okay, we got that Devil. Interesting. Okay. So I feel like this is almost talking about the line between work and play, the line between your coworkers and your playmates. And this very interesting reading. So definitely going back about boundaries. I would say that you're past this point. The Ten of Swords feels kind of like an awareness of what could be a harsh ending or was a harsh ending, and feeling a little stuck on how to communicate something. But I have no doubt that it's going to work itself out. I think I'm actually going to grab advice from tarot on that month. Don't you want some advice? I think taking stock of your energy when you stand back from all of this, going to a quiet place of resolve, of like allowing things to be for a moment, and understanding that when things aren't moving the direction and as quickly as you want them, that there's actually a reason. It's part of the process. It's like you can't get the coffee unless it percolates. I know that's a silly metaphor, but you are actually fully putting this down. You're saying goodbye to this. You're putting down this burden, whatever this is. And it's a triggering burden, whatever it is, but you're going to be just fine in April, but it's giving you some major insight. So April, your birthday month is going to be, and forgive me also, Aries, those of you who are in March, I'm thinking of you too. But in April in particular, that's going to be a big month to just have an inner dialogue with yourself and observe your own life from the bird's eye view. How did that person make me feel? What is being crossed right now? When I feel this way, is a boundary being crossed? So there's a little self-observation there, because there's a pattern. There's a pattern of behavior here that's not serving you. And I have a feeling that it's triggered by those around you. And I think there's a big thing at play here. And I think it's been going on for a while. And I think that you have this feels like a triumph. The advice from tarot is to observe, do I feel a lack here? Do I feel included here? Do I feel abundance here? And if I don't, maybe the change I need to make is not so dramatic. Maybe it's acceptance, it's observation, maybe letting some time pass. Hanged Man talks about things slowing down and getting perspective by way of a sacrifice of, you know, allow yourself to see through a different tinted pair of glasses at this. You know, that's why I'm saying getting a bird's eye view. And I think you are just going to be able to step away. You're going to be able to, the thing with the Eight of Swords, that stuck card, is she can untie herself and she can unblind herself, so to speak, at any time. But she just doesn't realize it in the moment. Guess what? It's the same thing with the Devil card. You've got the double whammy meaning here. They can unchain themselves at any point in time. The Devil card is also a variation of the Lover's card. So there's a choice hidden here. And the only way to really get control and see where your choices lie, because again, April is about Queen of Swords, boundaries, right? Where do your boundaries lie? Where do you draw that line? Is through perspective. Okay, I hope that's helpful. We're going to move on. Not boring, Aries, because Aries, you are never boring. Nothing about you is ever boring. So we're going to go into May, and May is the moon. May, with the moon card, there's something hidden. Moon card, it encompasses all the subconscious, the dreams, those things that are hidden. It also can touch on our fears. So what does May have in store for you? Wow. We keep on getting this guy. Okay, so 10 of Wands, feel free to look that up. This is putting down a major burden in your life. You are, and then we've got our Eight of Swords again. Okay, we got a theme here. In the Judgment, this is beautiful. You are getting the opportunity to really put this, so this is carrying on from April. So I think in April, you're kind of in the thick of it, right? You're overthinking, you're observing, you'd like things to rush by, you'd like to hurry up and get through this, but it's actually the perspective and the time required that is going to give you the biggest lesson, that is going to give you that important perspective. And in May, things start to pick up. I think that you start to realize what you need to do to unburden yourself. And there's this huge resurrection. Judgment card is not a subtle card. It's one of the most powerful major arcana. It's like you might have a brand new lease on life. This feels like something from out of nowhere, right? Something hidden comes out to give you this relief, to get you unstuck, to help you lay down this burden. The events that happen in our lives are all gifts, you know, even though sometimes they look like pains in the asses. It's real great. Well said, Falana. Okay, so 3 of Pentacles in reverse. What does June hold for our Aries? 3 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, here's our Devil again. You might not be getting along with people you're working for. Maybe there's little job, you know, little chafing and stuff. I don't think it's at all a problem. In May, I think that there's kind of just a change up with work. I think that you are recreating your security. You are just like, let's get some clarity on the Devil. Awesome. Generosity. Okay, tell us about the Generosity card. 6. Wow, beautiful. Okay, so you're getting some resolution about something, and also just this real wonderful, peaceful relief came from these 2 cards of just like, I think that if any of you guys are struggling with addiction, I will say this, because devil can talk about addictions of any kind, because it's a behavioral pattern that doesn't serve us, right? And it's a stuck feeling, but stuck in a pattern, but we can break out of at any point. You might be getting a gift or a generous gesture from an outside source to help you heal. So this could be, you know, a retreat or counseling or therapy of some sort. This could be the gift of actual money to do something you need to do. And it's stemming out of, this is Magician card. There's our Hanged Man. Once again, I think you're going to start to embrace, after this experience in April and seeing how it led to this big, beautiful change in May, I think you're going to reflect on what made it a success. And it's going to be that Hanged Man energy, that a willingness, that ability. Now you've almost got this skill set. It's almost like straight up meditation. Like you realize that you can create from that. It's almost like a superpower that you realize you can work with, you can grow from. I wouldn't be surprised if you got like the Hierophant or something. And interesting, this was lying open. It must have flipped. 8 of Cups, leaving something behind. Anything else from Magician? And this is directly linked to your security. You're creating more of a, I want to see where it lands. Okay, upright. So in the aftermath of this harsh ending that happens, right? This harsh ending that could have been a couple months earlier or what have you. It's going to be a little different for all of you, but I think you are Zen. You've got a Zen creative energy around it. You're like, in the aftermath, something else is being born. I think you have confidence. You've got this quiet confidence, and it's a brand new confidence. Like you've got this skill set, this ability to, it's that feeling of nothing, whatever kills you or whatever tries to kill you makes you stronger, or whatever. Isn't that dumb that I can't remember that? Funny that I can't remember that. If you do, please leave it in the comments. But yeah, you're stronger for it. And the Fool. So this is the same card. So you have this repeating theme so far. The Devil keeps on coming up. The 10 of Wands keeps on coming up, putting down that burden. The 8 of Swords keeps on coming up, that illusion of being stuck. And then you have this refreshing energy of the Fool. So what this is telling me through 2023, Aries, is that you have a theme in 2023 around the crap that comes up for you when you start learning something new, when you start on a new journey. It's this old behavioral pattern you fall back on something that doesn't serve you, whether it's conflict with others, whether it's drinking, and it could be addictions, or it could be beating yourself up, whatever it is. We all have something like that. And you're getting this opportunity in 2023 to really challenge it. And as it keeps on coming up, you're seeing it. You're seeing the pattern. You're like slaying that pattern. And then you're breaking through again and again and again with this brand new journey. So I have to say, hats off to you. A lot of people stop learning, developing, and challenging themselves as we get older because we're scared. We get more and more calcified, so to speak, as we get older, and we stop trying new things. So you are in the face of challenge. You are absolutely going towards the new, the fresh, and the challenging, and the exciting in 2023, whether that's a new kind of relationship or a business for some of you guys. So let me give this deck a little shuffle. July, the Strength card. Not a surprise, right? So ruled by Leo, this is the Strength card. In the middle of summer, you're going to be coming out a butterfly. Okay, so July for our Aries in 2023. Thank you, Spirit. We have the 4 of Cups. July in 2023. The 3 of Pentacles again. Aries 2023 in July. Getting unstuck. There's definitely this feeling of like, I don't really need you for July. You're not feeling super inspired to do this work. You're not feeling super inspired, and you're getting unstuck with that realization that you can actually say no. With the Four of Cups, you can actually, if you're feeling apathetic and not inspired to take this offer, whether it's a work offer or a relationship offer, it feels like it's a work offer, because maybe you don't like the people there, maybe you don't like the people you serve, who are your clients or your acquaintances. Either way, if you're not feeling inspired with that environment, this is the moment, because of the strength you built in the earlier months, because of all the crap you've been through in these different times, is like, you know, breaking through that fear, starting with, again, with a Fool, breaking through the fears and the patterns, starting again with a Fool, getting yourself unstuck is really something that you master in July. Excuse me, June. July. I just confused myself. But I've been thinking July because of that Leo strength. All right. Anything else about the Eight of Swords coming out upside down? Beautiful. 10 of Cups. You are hitting your stride in July with the 10 of Cups. This is the happy, happy card of balance. You'll notice that, okay, you feel pretty good about your money. You feel pretty good about the people you're with, and your ability to draw those lines to say no. In the way you say it. August, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. So these are talking about like the biggest events happening in each month and just things to be aware of. That's what tarot kind of does. It's like, hey, of course, there's all sorts of things happening in all these months, right? You're having delicious meals. You're having some crappy ones. You're seeing friends, talking to family, what have you. But these are the themes of each month that tarot is choosing to bring to your attention. All right. So if you feel a little bit, something's happening in July, August, a little quickly. And it's going to put you in a place of having to make a choice and prioritize your time and your schedule. And it feels like it's a lot to do with your security. And I think you're going to give it this space, this quiet hermit comes out, to follow your instincts, because there's some things that are out of your control in this month and you recognize it as such. So the best thing you can do is hunker down and just follow your instincts. And the Tower card comes out when it's really meant to, when your life is meant to switch up a little bit. But these things, these switches are something we're never going to do ourselves. So it's almost like the universe or spirit or God, however you like to identify that energy, comes out of nowhere and just changes things up. Now, this could be falling in love suddenly. This could be losing your job. This could be all of a sudden needing to move somewhere, you know? So it feels like that it'd be on that back end of, let's see, the Tower. All right. Yeah. So with the month of August, I would embrace your intuition, embrace the ability to retreat. Retreat, because when you retreat, you can step away from outside influences that make you confused or chaotic feeling. So if there's a way you can retreat, tell me about this hermit, then it's going to allow you the space to get here, to navigate to that 10 of Pentacles. It's beautiful. I feel like there's a realization in the month of August where at first what feels kind of like this thing is thrust in your way, that feels a little chaotic and sudden, feels almost like a gift in disguise. There you go. Life changes up completely. And it's not a change that you would have made yourself, my friends. It's a change that needed to happen, though. And by embracing the hermit, I think you are ready for it. Sorry about the sheen, by the way. I know it's annoying. It's so dark here, even during the daytime, that I have to have the lights on, and that means a sheen. So that was August. Now going into September, it's our old friend, the 10 of Wands. This is the one that's been popping up through here. It's about lowering these sticks and getting rid of this burden. So the finishing a chapter. So September 2023, we got Judgment again. Wow, you are getting a lot of repeat cards. Big life change. Big life changes in 2023. Beautiful. This is properly buttoning up a chapter. And you are going to be getting this new lease on life. I do feel like something that you were trying to make work, a collaboration that you wanted to work, did not work out the way you wanted, but it actually worked out the best way for you. Bringing the King of Pentacles up here, the Judgment card, the World card. Wow, your world opens up in a big way because of something that you thought was a failure. But in fact, it was a gift. And it's, again, like I said with the Tower card earlier in August, you would have never, we cannot orchestrate some of these things. It's like that old saying, you can't make this shit up. We can't orchestrate the complexities of certain events in order to put our lives on certain paths. Your life is put in, this summer will be put in on a different path. And it looks really positive. The World card brings in new people, sometimes different ethnicities. It can bring in travel, communications across seas. It's like opening a window. I was just saying this to Pisces in their reading. It's like swinging open, thrusting open a window and letting fresh air in. And all of a sudden you smell, you know, the beautiful fir trees around you, or the flowers, you know, the lilacs right in front of you. You didn't even know there was a lilac tree there. So it gives you this opening in your life, and it properly closes the last stages. So there is definitely this evolution going on. And all of a sudden we have King of Pentacles. So this is money coming into your world. This is you embracing those skills that you've been learning throughout the year, investing and saving, and how you put your time and effort into your money. As being impacted by that. Really cool. And of course, if you guys want to, as we go along and through the year, just check out your monthlies if you want more insight, because I do those too, and then I have those little weekly shorts. So, and of course, always be honest with yourself. If something doesn't resonate, then it's not yours. You know, let it go. And the next one might. So we have now, I'm just counting, July, August, September, October. I know, you guys. Sorry, I'm just not psychic. Empress. All right, so clarity. Empress card for October for our Aries 2023. What is the Empress card for October 2023? It's withholding. Very simple. You might be looking really beautiful to others. Empress card is the Marilyn Monroe card of the deck, but I will say this, it feels more like you're creating something. You're focused on growing something from its very early stages. Yeah, wow, I feel like you are getting this Three of Pentacles over and over and over again. This is growing your team. What kind of clients do you want to work with? For some of you who work with clients, what kind of coworkers do you want? You are contemplating that deeply this month. And you are the queen or king, however you identify, with your environment and who you are, what you bring to the table, and creating this. I do feel like you're really embracing, we haven't gotten the Emperor card on this month, but I do feel like you're embracing the Emperor card in this really thoughtful, creative, contemplative way of like your enterprise. What do you want this month to look like? Because we're rounding out the end of the year. And you're going to go into 2024. What do you want to create for yourself, given this crazy experience, you know, that you, right? This is about the new beginning that you want. So sometimes beginnings, keep this in mind, Aries, through 2023. Sometimes beginnings don't start just like that. And I know you kind of want it to. I know that it'd be nice not to have to go through some of this cleanup. This is cleanup, but there is so much important stuff. You know, through February, all the way through April and May, these are the big, I'll even say June, but these are the biggest months of shaping what you are going to be creating at the end of the year. So what, you know, I know you just want to be like, nope, I've already written my vision board. I've already written down my to-do list. Like I want, but that's very important too. But you'll notice that these things, it's like you can't start a new project without cleaning up the last one. And you're going to benefit greatly because of these experiences. Okay. The Fool card, anything on the Fool card? And I think it's very much to do with the people you collaborate with. The Devil, there's the Devil. I would be aware of, I do have to say this, the impulse to not finish something and restart again and restart again. So we're talking that behavioral pattern that doesn't serve us, and you've gotten it with a Fool again. In this reading, you've gotten that once or twice before. So be aware, there's a difference between cleaning up and starting over, and then just starting over and not cleaning up. I mean, we just covered that. I said that in a really dumb way. Let me say it this way. Are you impulsively starting a project before finishing the last one? You know, instead of getting closure on the last relationship or closure on the last job or project or hobby. I mean, are you allowing yourself to master it all at all before you move on? What triggers you to move on? And in this month or year of 2023, you're going to get the opportunity to get very good at finishing up something before you move on to the next thing, and understanding your own nature around starting new. And you're going to be very intentional about it in October. So now moving into November, we have King of Rods. King of Rods is embracing a visionary energy. This is you or somebody else. And this is fiery energy, so oftentimes it's the fire signs that rule the King of Rods. This is being able to see from a bird's eye view what needs to happen, where the vision is, and it's a creative and playful and confident and fun energy. So November, we've got the Five of Swords, November for our Aries 2023. King of Rods, let's see, we'll get that in a sec. Wow. Wheel of Fortune, the Sun card, the High Priestess. Let's get some clarity on those. Five of Swords. Why are we getting Five of Swords here? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Getting a picture. Why the Sun card? Three of Pentacles again. Four of Swords again. You are mastering your intuition in November. You're going to be calling somebody out that might have been, I feel like you might have had, let's see, before I say anything. Somebody might have tried to say or suggest, let me take a breath. Somebody tried to give you the impression that they had changed, maybe. I think that there is this victory over this, spotting it, that something hasn't changed, something hasn't transformed. I feel like you get this wonderful victory going forward. It feels like you're getting validation about something. You're right about it. And it's almost like it was always meant to happen with the Wheel of Fortune, and it's something that could have been coming right back into the picture that from the past. What's this Wheel of Fortune? Pentacles. It's that partnership. Remember that one? The Two of Cups that came out earlier, came out with the Death card. So it could be the same individual, this old partner. That's when you got the Son of Swords too. Remember, there was some deception there. You got these two. So it looks like this person comes back out of nowhere, comes back into the picture in November. And you're like, I don't think so. No, I'm elevated now. Like, no, I got my team. I got the people. I've built this slowly, brick by brick, all year long. I've got the healing I needed. You're going to be super happy. This is all in clarity to the Sun card. Absolutely. You're going to reflect on, like, if I listen to them, if I spend too much time, like, even occupying their energy, it's going to be going against my intuition. So you're aware of that. And you reserve your energy. You are holding back your energy. I wouldn't be surprised if you've got the Four of Cups, which is like rejecting that offer. And they might be trying to get, you might be looking really good by November, okay, you guys? You have mastered something really big this year, and it's something new. It could be a brand new business, something that's a successful venture. You were the one that went through that, jumped through all the hoops, and it was to no help of them except for giving you a little hell in the beginning, and you had to get, it's like you had to replace them, and you had to find those new partners that you could trust. And it's been this huge yellow brick road journey through the whole year. And for them to show up in November and be like, I've changed, you're going to be like, hell no. Okay. Wow. Full circle. That's going to be satisfying, you guys. You're going to have a little bit of I told you so feeling in November. You're going to have a little bit of, it's redemption. December, Knight of Pentacles is a messenger, and they're a slow messenger. So let's get some here on Aries, 2023, December. Okay. We've got coming out of overthinking, coming out of a place of some relief. If you're having some anxiety, and that's because you have messages coming through in something you've been waiting for. You finally hear about in December. And while you were waiting, it felt like it took forever, and you felt like you were overthinking it. Maybe at night when you're going to sleep, you were losing a little sleep over it. You might have been a little indecisive or confused about it, but finally in December, these messages come through. There could even be some travel for some of you guys. And there's the Knight of Pentacles. There's a good reason. There's an understandable reason why it took a while to get these messages. High Priestess, right on. So you're in alignment. You're going to be finishing off this year in an amazing new alignment. But you worked so hard for it. I'm so proud of you guys. Okay, Six of Wands. Yeah, information. Awesome. Money coming in, information, like a realization or a message that comes in. I think this is a message basically saying, congratulations, you're getting this much money, or you're getting more money. You are like, it's great news, and it's a monetary gain that you're making. Wow. Any more on the Eight of Wands? Four of Swords. We have it again. I think you're going to feel major gratitude. You know, Four of Swords is a gratitude card. You were right. Something about being right. You were right all along. Now, if that's like something legal, if you're suing somebody, or, you know, it means, yeah, you are not going to be lacking at all in the financial department. Money's coming in. You are coming out of a place of having to save and be resourceful and pull in your energy. And sometimes that's not even literally with money. For some of you guys, it will be with your relationships, but it does feel very, it feels very tied to your value. December, you're getting a lot of good news, just in time too. If you get gifts for people in December, you'll have no problem affording them. This is beautiful. I'm like really proud of you guys. What a great year. It's such a tremendous year of growth and triumph. What a beautiful epic, you know? I feel like I just read a novel. All right, I love you guys. And feel free to check back on those timestamps through the next 12 months. And we'll see you soon for your monthlies. Take good care of yourselves.